What's up guys, Sampa Power here, and today I have a story for you. It's kind of personal, but I feel like this could definitely help you in some way. So if you don't already know, I've been fitness coaching for the past 7 years. And over that time, I've changed so much as a person. I'm sure in 7 years, many people have changed so much as a person. And I've also changed a lot physically. So I've been posting my journey on social media for 7 years. I've been super shredded. I've been 45 plus pounds overweight. I've lost 40 pounds. I'm in a place right now where I can sustain it. I'm really grateful. I just have a very well-balanced lifestyle, and I help other women, get to a place in their lives where they feel really good in their skin and the life that they're living, because everybody deserves to look and feel their best. And I had a memory come up on my phone, and I made this video to my mom. I'm not going to share the video on here. It is very, very personal, but I basically made this video to my mom, and I was crying, and I remember that day exactly what happened, but I was crying in the video, and I said to her, I wish I was strong enough, Mom. I really wish I was strong enough, and I prayed that I would become strong enough. And to be honest, if I could bring myself back to that moment of time, I wasn't strong. I wasn't strong enough to stand up for myself, to take real ownership for my life, real responsibility for my actions, and truly take real action towards real change. So at the time when I made that video, I was in a living situation I didn't fully love. I was in a relationship that was just total turmoil, and I really wasn't taking care of my body in the best way. I was so stressed out on a daily basis. I wasn't really eating super healthy. I wasn't working out really consistently, and I just felt like I gave away my power. I didn't feel like myself anymore, and I prayed that I would be strong enough. And to look back at that video now, to be where I am today, I've exited that relationship. I live on my own. I have amazing people I work with. I have a business that I absolutely love. I have 2 dogs that are absolutely amazing. I live in a city that I absolutely love to be in, and I became strong enough. So how do you become strong enough? And that's why I wanted to make this video, like what actually changed for me. And maybe this could help you in some way, because I've been in that place where it feels like no matter what you do, no matter what you're thinking, no matter what, things just aren't getting better, and you're feeling really frustrated and stagnant in your current life. I know what that is like. I did that for a little over 2 years. So the biggest thing I would say that definitely changed for me was I got to this point in my life where I really couldn't complain about my problems to anybody else. It just made me feel uncomfortable at a certain point. Like, I couldn't complain to my parents anymore. I've already told them enough sob stories. I couldn't really complain to my friends anymore. They kept giving me the same advice. I couldn't really tell anybody anymore my problems. Everybody kept saying the same thing to me, and I kind of had to take some time to just be with myself and face my problems head on. And I had to take an outsider perspective look at my life. And I kind of viewed my situation, and I was like, you know what? Like, I completely caused all of this, and no matter how much I want to fight that as being true, it's always going to lead back to me. And I started growing up a little bit. At the time, I was like 22, 23 years old. I'm 3,000 miles away from my family, and it forced me to figure it out. And I would say that I couldn't really run home to my parents and complain to them anymore. I'm literally on the other side of the country, and I had to figure it out. And I would say that I just took a lot of time, a big step back in all areas of my life, and I just thought about what do I really want? What makes Sam happy? Why is Sam here on this planet? And I do believe every single person is here for a specific reason, and whether or not you want to fulfill that reason, totally up to you. You get to do whatever you want in this life, but I do feel like you do have a specific purpose of being here, and to really get in touch with that and figure out, just forget the purpose part. Just whatever makes you happy. You should know what makes you happy. And at the time, I didn't really know what made me happy. I was so used to giving to other people, giving to a relationship, just giving to anybody else besides myself, that I just lost myself. So I had to figure out truly what makes me happy, why I'm here, and what do I actually have to give to the world. And in that time period, I started listening to videos on YouTube that were just about the mind and about life, and I actually started with Abraham Hicks. If you don't already know, she's collective consciousness, and she just made life pretty simple. And they're free videos on YouTube. You can literally go and type her in right now. Her real name is Esther, but Abraham is, just watch the videos if you want. So she just made life very, very simple, and I was taking life so seriously and just seeing it from a very negative perspective, and she just helped me like crush all that negativity and just shift to something better and just viewing a different perspective on life. I just want you to realize at the end of the day, if you feel like you are struggling, and I struggle, like I still struggle to this day. This is not just like I've learned, I've gotten out of that bad place, that I'm just healed and I'll never struggle again. It doesn't work like that. Like I still go through so many different challenges. But I want you to realize when you are feeling stagnant and you are feeling like you're not getting anywhere, it's because you're stuck in your current ways of thinking. Like you're only in your own head and your own thoughts, right? Like, so in order to introduce a different perspective and start thinking differently, feeling differently, and seeing your life get better, you need an outsider like perspective giving you some new information. It's not just gonna like pop up in your head. And I just thought that, you know, things would just get better and it would magically appear just better in my life, and it doesn't work like that. And if you're just waiting for something to just magically happen, you know, you're gonna be waiting for a really long time. So I was going out there and getting more information, learning from different mentors, gaining new perspectives, so that way I can start feeling better. And you do have to pay attention to who you listen to. Like, are they living a life you want to live? You know, are they making you feel good? Have they achieved similar things that you want to achieve? Like, always evaluate the source. But at the end of the day, you need a different perspective. It's not just gonna magically appear in your mind. And for me, I just kind of, once I started listening to her, it opened up a whole realm to mindset work and learning from other people who are masters at it. And I could list like hundreds of videos and books that I read from 2017 to now. But I am somebody who, you know, values the mind. I value it because everything derives from your mind. You know, your life is a reflection of how you think and feel. That's plain and simple what it is. You hear it like, you create your own reality, law of attraction. You know, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And that really sticks with me on a day-to-day basis, because I know that whatever I want to achieve in this life, it starts with me deciding that I need to become that person who has it. And yeah, so this is just like a different perspective. This is just what has truly helped me get out of really, really dark places in my life. And when you really put in this kind of work, like I listened for about at least 3 hours a day in 2018, 2019, at least 3 hours a day. Sometimes I would listen to 6, 7 hours. At the time, I was just very much struggling, so I was really, really just putting all my focus there. But when you put in this kind of work and you truly change your programming and start shifting your identity, start having these realizations, start letting go of limiting beliefs, you're never gonna go back to that old person of yourself. You just won't. Learning this information and actually applying it, life is going to propel you forward in a direction that you want, and you're gonna step into this new personality. And at first, like when you first take that first step, it's gonna feel so uncomfortable, and you're gonna feel like you wanna go back, because where you were is comfortable. Change is uncomfortable. You're stepping into a very unknown place that your mind doesn't know where it's actually going, right? Because like when we introduce new ideas into our minds, sometimes we have resistance towards it because we don't have the ideas currently in our minds to formulate that new idea is actually being real, right? Like maybe some of the information I'm telling you, you like kind of hear it but not really believe it because that's not something that you currently do or think or feel that way. So when you're introducing new information into your mind, sometimes you put this wall up where, well, I wasn't taught that, or I don't think that way, so that couldn't be me, or I couldn't do that. Well, that's just because you haven't, right? So you don't have that like wiring to really fully accept new information right off the bat and believe it to be true. Like it takes time. So it's like, that's why I spent so many days listening, because it took me so many days of rewiring my brain, reprogramming my mind. And in that time period, when I really took this seriously, changing my body, like my physical body, became such more of a beautiful process, such more of a relaxing process. So if you guys look at my journey, I've changed so much, like physically. So I've been super shredded. I went at the journey, just focus on the physical, focus on the scale every single week. You know, if the scale wasn't down 2 pounds, my life would be over, right? I've done all that. I pushed my body super hard. You can go back and look at all my videos, photos, things like that. But then when I started learning about the mind and started really learning how to transform from the inside out, I just started having more fun in this process. I started loving myself more. I started becoming more calm. So my body was working with me instead of working against me. And I just started becoming a stronger person. Brings me back to the very beginning of this video when I told my mom, I wish I was stronger. And this is what has truly changed my life. So this is what I teach on a daily basis. Like, I eat, sleep, breathe every single thing that I say to you guys, every single thing that I teach to my clients. I eat, sleep, and breathe it every single day. And every single day that I am faced with new challenges, I use that as an opportunity to grow. I may be at a roadblock in my own personal journey, and I need to figure out how I need to go about this in a way so that way I can continue to progress and challenge myself, maybe develop some new habits that I need in order to continue to get better. So I have more so a mindset now versus then that, you know, just making little bits of progress, you know, as much as possible. I'm just all about progress, and I set realistic expectations for myself, and I'm just in love with, you know, consistently getting better with myself in all areas of my life, because I know the better I feel about myself, the better I can give to anybody else who comes into my life. Like, I can only give what I give to myself, right? This video is kind of long, I understand, but if you really listen to all this through and you feel like you are genuinely struggling in your life, I want you to go listen to it again, because I wish like I could go back to myself that made that video to my mom and just give her a hug and just say, you know, everything is gonna be okay. And like, it makes me so emotional because I don't think we're actually taught how to handle our own emotions and, you know, believe that we can actually create whatever life we want to live. I don't know about you, but I definitely wasn't taught that. So I had to really go out there and put so much time and energy into learning, and I'm still putting in the work every single day to learn and get better. And I just wanted to make this to, you know, give you hope, to tell you that, you know, you can do it. You know, maybe you're not going to take action today, maybe you won't tomorrow, but maybe it'll click for you, and then you will start. And I just know that once you start, just life starts getting so much better. And, you know, what are you here to do? You're here to create and experience the best life that you can, and it always comes back to you. So if you are not feeling good about yourself, in your body, and in your life, you cannot expect to have the best experience you can here. So I would visualize, you know, what do you want your life to look like? What makes you the happiest? Write it down, get excited about it, because when you're truly excited about it, you're gonna start taking action. So I appreciate you watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it below in the comments. This is just something that really hits home for me in my heart, and I made this video because I feel like it could possibly help at least one person. So I appreciate you watching this, and I'll talk to you guys soon.